Are you a good cook?
No.
Oh.
Iko Nini.
Episode 253 tukisema like, subscribe, hit the notification button, tell a friend to tell a friend, sindio?
Yeah.
Alafu kwa kuna kitu moja ile susemaga mi na Ian kabla show ianze ni susemaga mi ready when you ready we go chant down Babylon, sindio?
Yeah.
So leo tumekuja kuchant down Babylon na tunachant down Babylon na a reggae artist anaitwa Honeybee sasa.
Hey.
Yeah. I wanted to know if you've learned some Swahili. So your name is Honeybee?
That's it.
Yes, your performing name. You're a reggae artist.
Right.
But the interesting thing is a reggae artist from America. I find like that's a very rare breed, if I might say.
I would agree, but the difference is I lived in Jamaica for about 14 years.
Oh, okay.
When my mom was a school teacher there.
Yeah. Because I saw that your mom was a primary school teacher.
She was.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's retired now.
In America, you call that elementary, or?
Yeah, you're right. But in Jamaica,
Yeah.
primary.
Because I know there's like a lot of differences between the way things are called in America and the way they're called in all British colonial nations.
Exactly.
Because Jamaica was colonized by the Britishers.
Yes, until 1962.
Oh, 1962. That's when they got their freedom. Which date?
August 5th.
August 5th. Oh, okay.
Funny, I've never heard about Freedom Day in Jamaica.
Jamaican Independence Day.
Yeah, they call it Independence Day. Yeah, no, he's just saying like even in the music, like they never talk about it. Because like the way reggae artists talk about so much, somehow that date has never come up. Okay, so you went to Jamaica at what age?
I was a young adult.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay.
I had a lot of Jamaican friends in the Bay Area of California.
Yeah.
And some of them sent me to visit their sister and attend a reggae fest. I took my mom with me, and the rest is history.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Which year are we talking about?
Pardon?
Which year?
It was the 90s.
Oh, the 90s. Okay. So like in the Bay Area, like what sort of reggae were you listening to? Like what sort of music are they playing?
Foundation, culture. Well, it's not really what they play, but it was what my friends exposed me to.
Yeah.
Sister Carol, culture, Burning Spear.
Yeah, okay. For a very long time, I used to feel like, I don't know if you felt the same, but for a very long time, it took me a long time, or at least a significant amount of time, to differentiate between Joseph Hill's voice and Burning Spear. I don't know why I had that problem. I don't know if you ever had that problem where two artists sounded similar, then after the more you listen to them, you found out that they were super different.
Right, I know what you're saying. I guess the big distinguishing factor of Burning Spear is his lyrics are very sparse.
Oh, okay.
Whereas culture really, fills up the area with syllables.
Oh, yeah. I make it. Okay. I've never thought about it that way.
I feel like Burning Spear's songs really showcase his band, and then he'll come in with a few hot words,
Okay. So you used to listen to that, and I could also learned that your parents also used to play like a lot of music in the car.
Yes, music was definitely present in my household. Both my parents were huge music fans, and my grandfather was a multi-instrumentalist.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And I'm assuming Bob Marley was also big in the car, or?
There was some, but I remember Peter Tosh album and a lot of other genres too, not strictly reggae.
Yeah, I know. But I'm saying like when coming to reggae, because I feel like Bob Marley is mostly the introduction to a lot of people to reggae music. It starts with Bob, then goes to other artists, or?
Maybe. I'd have to ask my mom what she heard first, but I just remember that Peter Tosh album, Wanted, Dread or Alive, where his face is covered with dreads.
Yeah. Dread or Alive. Okay. This one had which songs?
Don't ask me.
Because I'm trying to remember.
I was so small.
Yeah, okay. So now, how does your mom end up in like Jamaica? Like what happens?
She was a teacher already for a long time, and then after we went there, we both loved it. And so on her Christmas breaks and summer breaks, we would go back and again. So finally, I think a lot of her workmates and teachers that she was friends with were a bit older than she was, and they were retiring. So it wasn't time for her to retire. So she took a job in a, paradise.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's what happened.
Which part of Jamaica?
Oh, she was teaching in Hanover, in Green Island. We lived in Cove between Lucy and Cousins Cove.
I was waiting for Montego Bay, Kingston, at least places I know.
Well, Montego Bay is very close by. It's on the North Coast, same way.
Okay. So, but now if you were to go back to the US, so you're being introduced to this reggae music. At what point do you feel like, you know what, I think I can do this?
I always loved words, rhymes, poetry. I even made up spirit cheers and jump rope rhymes as a youth. So I was making up lyrics, not writing them, just storing them in my brain to entertain my friends or family. And I never thought of them as songs. I never said, I'm songwriting. Or just like things that I was going through, or cute rhymes about a guy I might like, things like that. And then one time I was participating in an all-female showcase. I was actually the selector running the tracks for these artists. And the next woman wasn't ready, and they were killing time. And I said, I'll put on an instrumental. I'll do something, and I just thought it would uplift the crowd. Soon they're raising their hands, singing along with the hook. And then I realized, I have songs and I'm not afraid to perform them.
Okay. This is where? In Jamaica or in the
No,
US?
that was in California.
Oh, okay. How's the California reggae scene? How's that?
Well, I mean, there's a very supportive crowd for what's called Cali roots.
Oh, okay.
It's a totally different genre to my ear than classic reggae.
Yeah.
But there's giant festivals all the time. They're very well attended. Their songs are streamed and bought. Their bands are supported. It's a lot different for Jamaican artists.
Oh, okay. Because like one of my favorite rhythms, he knows that the Cali Roots rhythm, 2021.
Yeah, big rhythm.
Yeah. There's a specific song where that features also rappers. There are two rappers. One is called Slug Atmosphere, and another one is called Maz. And now on the Colibad's beat, and it's just crazy. It's a crazy song. It's called Heavy D.
Okay.
So I didn't know that Cali Roots was treated as treated as a genre. It's a genre within reggae.
I guess it is reggae influenced. I feel like it's very guitar heavy.
Oh, okay,
and another thing that, again, this is just my dissertation, that all of the instruments are playing a lot all at once. Whereas in traditional foundation roots reggae, I feel like there's a lot of space. That's what gives it that groove. Dooby-dooby-doom. Space. It's what gives it, where I feel like Cali Roots really goes, and wicked guitar solos and very rock oriented.
Okay. I've never thought about that, and now I need to go.
Space.
Yeah, okay. I need to go listen.
We'll listen again.
I'll listen again to see what you mean. But that's interesting. And I think like such knowledge comes from someone who can play instruments. Because now for us who are just listening, we might not get those nuances that are there, the differences, the what. So it's really good to learn from you. Yeah.
I'd only mess around with like a melodica. I'm more about lyrics, but I am a real music nerd.
Yeah, because that has come out. Because when I listen to that, even when I listen to because I'd now classify Colibad's under Cali Roots. Do you feel like that? Or
I don't know. I think more these other bands like
Slightly Stupid, Stick Figure.
Those are more who I consider to be in the Cali Roots genre. I mean, Cali Buds is sticks to foundational styles.
Okay. Because that rhythm was his. That's why I thought maybe.
Yeah, he named it that. I guess.
Yeah. And it was wicked. And that's another thing that I found interesting about you. When I was listening to your music, I'm wondering why aren't you involved in the rhythms thing? Is it something you've chosen? Like I was listening to a lot of your songs and I felt like the beats were original. They were not part of a rhythm. Why is that?
Well, most of my song ideas come to me quite fully formed. They don't always have 8 bars and 16. They tell a story. I really don't sit and craft them out. It's usually because of things I'm going through, stories I heard or feelings and emotions. So I've generally had to have the rhythms custom built
Yeah.
because they don't just go on a loop, or maybe I want a bridge or something to quiet down, or I love dynamics.
Okay.
But I've written to rhythms, especially for some dancehall tunes, some conscious dancehall. I've done a song called Good Energy for a producer called Dougie Benz out of Jamaica. I've written for people's rhythms, and I like doing that too, but most of my song ideas come in their own design.
Okay. And then another thing I'd ask is, how do you, like, as an American, find yourself loving reggae music? For us, Kenya, I think one of the reasons why reggae is very big in Kenya is, I'd say two things. The poverty levels were super high in the 90s, so we just had to look for music for the struggle.
Yes.
And then apart from that, I'd also say that we had this oppressive regime that existed during that time. There was a president called Moi. So one of the ways to, like, be politically conscious was listen to reggae music, and reggae music would make us feel like there's a better day tomorrow. How did you find yourself in that space? Was it just because of the music, how it sounded, or?
I think so, but also lyrically. I'm a real word nerd. I've dig deep into lyrics, and I mean, when just the sung or written or spoken word can move you so much.
Yes.
That's going to draw you into a music. But again, just like I was speaking about, I love that groove, the wicked bass lines with the room to breathe. I mean, it's just a gut punch, right?
Oh, yeah. Okay. So, which songs stand out when you talk about lyrics? Because for me, I've always said, like, one of the greatest songs of all time is Natural Mystic. I feel like it's such a timeless song, like, especially when you look at African politics, when he says many more will have to suffer, many more will have to die. Because Africa is still, we're still headed to the right place. But before we get there, many more will have to suffer, many more will have to die. You understand? So what sort of song were you like, I wish I wrote that?
I mean, I love the toasters, the sing jays, the packed full of syllables, working a rhythm. On a more lighthearted note, I mean, I loved a song called Vineyard Party.
Okay.
It was on an album, The Good, the Bad, the Ugly, and the Crazy. It's Nicodemus, Junior Demus.
Okay.
And
when my
Super
friend
Cat,
here hears
Junior Cat.
Nicodemus, Junior Demus is like, damn, he's a...
So, Vineyard Party is like
to me.
all the vegetables and fruits. Like the bartender was Irish potato. Somebody was dancing with a sexy grape from foreign. I really like the lighthearted storytelling.
Oh, okay.
Also, Sister Carol has a song about her hair. She says, like, when she was a youth, she never liked comb hair. Every day her mother would have pick up and swear, come here like a girl, I make a comb out your hair, me with a ball, big shed, one bag of tear. It's a story. Those types of things really hook me in, Of course, the political and revolutionary lyrics are very moving, but honestly, it was more the wordplay, the punchlines.
That makes sense. That's what I was saying. Like, for us, it was more about the revolution. That's why, like, when reggae was starting to get popular in Kenya, it started with the roots. Now we had the Bob Marleys, the culture, I'd say the big youth, and of course Junior Dread. People can't see him, but they laid that foundation. Israel Vibration. That's what we started with.
It gives you something to cling to. Yeah.
Then with time, now the dancehall started. Now the original dancehall, where we had Shabaranks, Yellow Man, Ninja Man.
Cool.
And then now, by the time we are reaching the 2010s, now we have the Conscience and we have the DeMarcos. But the origins were just that revolutionary Wailing Souls, Half Pint music. That was,
my God, nothing's better in my book.
Yeah.
One of the things I've loved about being here in Kenya is every night you can go to a different reggae club, and I'm hearing my favorite songs. That doesn't happen in California.
Yeah.
My favorite songs aren't played by DJs in the clubs. Here they are.
Yeah, we love reggae music. That's one thing about us. Like, I remember talking to a South African, and they were saying that Lucky Dube was bigger in Kenya than South Africa.
Wow.
That's how much we love reggae music. I think even Kenyans mourned him more than he was mourned in his own country.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's like the sort of music we really gravitated towards. So yeah, that was good. So like a reggae concert that you went to that you can never forget?
that I can never forget was Bunny Wailer, because he's my
okay.
favorite of all time. His band is wicked. He had a female and male backing vocalist that did a little song of their own before his set.
Yeah.
And then the horn section was fire. I'll never forget that concert.
Yeah, okay. Because I always say, like, I think my favorite show was here in Kenya, it was Morgan Heritage.
Wow.
They came in after we had like some post-election violence.
Oh, no.
And I remember they were talking about there's this song, So Much More to Come. So Peter Morgan was performing that. He did it a cappella. Never forgotten that. Wow. Luciano was also interesting. And then abroad was Sizzler. There's a show that Sizzler did for like 1.5 hours. I've never forgotten, like in Amsterdam. And he was, and you know, there they can smoke weed legally.
Yeah.
So the whole place is full of smoke. And he's on stage and he's jumping like 1.5 hours. I'm like, where the hell does he get his energy from?
Oh,
so
my goodness.
That was really powerful to see. So yeah. So how is weed legal in California?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. When was it legalized?
I'm not sure.
Yeah. Okay.
I wasn't keeping
No, I have to. I'm asking you because you have a whole song about it. It's called Cannabis Awareness. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
that tune is about, everything great about cannabis in addition to just getting high.
Yeah.
Because it still has a stigma, even though it's past.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's still some people have an attitude that it's a drug. And when it's helping children and church sisters and officers of the law, who I mentioned in the tune,
Yeah.
it's literally just a plant that grows. It's not cut with anything, nothing's added.
Yeah.
So I don't feel it should be any different than broccoli or parsley.
Yeah. Because I heard you talk about that, like the health benefits that it has, and then you also mentioned opioids, because opioids is I feel like it's such an American problem.
It's a big problem because the pharmaceutical companies don't care about the effect of their products on humankind.
Yeah.
And then the financial kickbacks just make it worse. So yeah, it's huge. Someone might get in a car accident or have dental work that requires, an opioid, and then it just quickly gets into a bad addiction.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like I don't know. I think it's we were talking about this on one of the live shows, and I was saying the way, like in America, if you have pain and you're coming maybe from Africa, you should just handle the pain yourself, because you can end up being given something that's addictive. And it just messes your life up.
I don't know what sends it off into being uncontrollable like that, but I think probably ongoing pain, which I've never experienced. It might be something brief. You take it for X amount of time and you're done. But then again, I love to smoke ganja, and that is a painkiller too. So it may not be as quick and effective as an opioid, but it's a lot safer.
Yeah. It is. So when did you find yourself smoking it? Was it just a song was so good you're like?
I think most of my friends and my older brother were into it way before I was. I was a bit of a square. But I guess by the time maybe 18, 19, first time I tried it, I wasn't that impressed.
Yeah.
Later in life, I never really marked the date. That's an interesting question. When it became more a part of my lifestyle. But again, I guess as a young adult.
Oh, okay. So you smoke every day? Smoke weed
I
every
like
day?
to, but if I don't, it's nothing bad happens.
Oh, okay. Kenya, how's Kenya's weed?
Well, what I've been enjoying is imported, but I like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you've not had like the local one that we have here?
I have, but I've smoked some that had no effect on me, and then some medium, and then I found something else.
Yeah, there's always a joke that one of the funniest things about now weed is now in like my mother tongue. There's something we call the mother tongue, where I don't know if an American can understand this, but the average Kenyan, I always tell people, speaks 3 languages, yes?
Yeah.
He speaks Swahili, English, and then
something else.
Right. So now my something else is called Luo. And in Luo, weed has 2 names. The first name is Nyasore, which is very precise. And then the second name, I find it to be interesting because it's NJAGA, which is basically ganja. Put in the other way. And
NJAGA.
yes. And it's not like someone came up with it, like, because in Sheng, we take words and then we flip them.
Okay.
So like honeybee can end up being Niha. Honey, Niha. You see?
Cool. I like this.
Yes. But this NJAGA thing is just there. Like, it's always been there. It shows you how far weed has come from and how it's been part of different communities and what. So that's interesting.
An effect because weed can make you do things backwards.
Like what? Like what? Come on, if you're going to talk trash about it, explain. What did it make you ever do backwards?
He's just trying to be funny.
You're bailing him out, okay.
Yeah. So it's called NJAGA, which I find to be super interesting.
That's cool.
Do you have a local name for it?
Faggy.
Yeah. That's borrowed. A bangi, because that comes from bangi.
Kiraiko. There's Kiraiko. Yeah.
So if you're
we have many names, yes.
Yeah, if you're to hear the name bang, would you know what that means? Bang.
I don't know, maybe some dark weed.
That's interesting, because now that's another word that we call weed, like bang, BHANG.
I've heard bang as the little balls they make, not exactly hash, but almost like a cannabis hash, like in the Indian culture.
Because in Kenya, this just means weed. It just means marijuana. So it has different names. So now in Swahili, now we take this bang and we add an I, so it becomes bangi.
Bangi.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's...
But is that a certain grade or just any weed? Okay.
I don't think, like, even... I'd want to sit with, like, a Kenyan weed enthusiast. I feel like the first world and even Jamaica and you understand weed more than us. I think for us, it's more of like it's weed. Yes, you'll find a few people who know this is better weed than this, but the grades and the...
But like I've smoked bad weed like most of the time.
What happened?
I don't know, just panic attacks.
Oh, God. Weed may not be for you.
Yeah.
I mean, so in the
maybe.
States, we're kind of conscious about indica and sativa.
Oh, okay.
So indica is like couch lock. Oh, you just want to... And then
wanna chill.
sativa will get you going, creative and motivated. Oh. But if I smoke just straight sativa, it's not for me. My heart won't beat. You kind of feel...
I think that's what's common.
But a nice hybrid is what's best.
I don't know.
Relaxation but creative mind. Yeah, but it's not for everyone. And again, the strain... these things make a difference. It's like eating an organic mango from a tree in the perfect climate or something that somebody forced to grow and picked it before it was ripe.
Yeah.
It's not going to be the same fruit, right?
Okay. But it's as I was saying, it's interesting the way, because when I look at the weed shops in America, I always see like they have all these different flavors. And it's also different grades,
Strains,
yes? Strains, yeah? Okay.
Like it's literally a different plant. Again, with the mangoes, there's different ones. Or bananas, the big ones, the small ones, the round ones, the one. So they're all different breeds.
Okay. So you said in very many words, you said Kenyan weed is trash. What about Jamaican weed?
I did not.
What about Jamaican weed?
Well, there's a broad spectrum. I mean, for a time I lived in Westmoreland, which includes a place called Orange Hill. You may have heard about it in songs, but it's a hilly region that is known for really good weed. So, the farmers in Jamaica know what they're doing.
Okay. And weed is still illegal in Jamaica?
I think it's not anymore. First, there was a religious exemption, and then, but now there's events and festivals. So I'm pretty sure I haven't been there since 2020.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, early before the pandemic.
What did you call it? Pandemic. Why?
Well, some people feel like it was orchestrated.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you?
I'm not sure. I'm really not sure.
Because I also have like my reservations about it. Like the vaccines, for example. I took them because I thought that without taking them, I'd never be able to travel anywhere in the world. Right now, I don't think those restrictions are as much. But then afterwards, I'm like, was it really necessary for me to take this?
Did you have any bad Side effects from?
I always, like, nowadays I have back pain and I'm like, I can trace it to around that time when I took
That's
the vaccine.
scary.
Yeah, when I took the vaccine.
Ugh,
I'm like,
I'm
yeah,
sorry to hear
I think
that.
it's... Yeah, so you never took the vaccine? Or you took it?
I didn't because I'm someone who tends to have an allergic reaction to medications and even foods. Super sensitive. I'll break out or be sneezing 500 times. So I don't even really utilize aspirin or medicine like that. I'm really into health and fitness.
Yeah.
I like my food to be my medicine. I eat a lot of raw veggies and stuff. So it was less of a political decision and more of just, I know my body in the past and what's happened when a drug has been prescribed for something. Often the side effect that it has on me is worse than the original ailment. So no, I didn't.
Okay. And because of that, so do you eat meat?
No.
Oh, okay. So you're vegetarian. For how long?
Sort of. I mean, if I need to, I'll eat fish.
Okay.
But yeah, a long time, decades.
Chicken?
No.
Okay. So what's like your normal meal?
I love every bean there is and every veg. I like all the starches, the yams, the boiled bananas, the potatoes, sweet potatoes, all the greens, every fruit.
Yeah.
I love all of them.
He was saying, because he knows me and beans. I love beans.
Oh, what's your favorite?
Now that's the funny thing. I'd say we call them yellow kidney beans.
Oh,
I don't know what you call them.
I need to try that.
Yellow beans, yeah.
Yeah, we call them kidney beans. But afterwards, I'll still do anything. I'll even do a certain strain we call Nyayo. I don't know why we call it Nyayo, because Nyayo was that the president I was saying that was oppressive.
Oh God, he
So I
got a
don't know why
bean
that's
named
called
after
Little Nyayo beans. eh?
Nyayo beans. They're slightly bigger than rose cocoa.
Yeah. Then
Rosecoco
there's
is so
Roscoco.
small.
Yes. So there's all these things.
They're good, and they all give off their different gravy.
Yeah.
Are you a good cook?
No.
Oh,
That's now like my greatest weakness. Like I can't. I'm not a great cook. I'm not as patient because I love my food like well cooked. But now the patience of just staying in the kitchen there, just waiting for it to cook.
with beans though, you can soak them ahead of time.
Yeah.
And then just put them on low, and you don't have to really be chained to the stove like what you're talking about.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. And then see now for Kenya, the interesting Kenyan culture is you'll find someone. Yes, we use gas to cook, but then beans will have to like have charcoal and just boil it using charcoal.
Oh,
Yeah, it's just a Kenyan thing. Like we
okay, that
believe
sounds good though.
this takes too much gas, so let's.
It does. I bet it would take a lot of fuel.
Yeah.
Now that you mentioned it, because they're slow cooking.
Yeah. And with gas, we mean, because I know in America, petrol is gas, yes? Gasoline,
Right.
the one we put in a car.
Right.
Because in Kenya, gas literally means the one we used to cook.
Yeah, the
I get
propane
it.
gas,
Jamaica's the same. Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
Jamaica
fuel,
is the same.
stove buckle, anything you want to call it.
Yeah, okay. So at least you said Jamaican weed is good. So Jamaican weed, American weed, which is the best?
I've had good on both fronts.
Okay,
Yeah, it depends your connection, of course, and the farmer, and also the curing process. So you can have a beautiful, wonderful harvest, but if you're in a hot, dry climate and it dries up too quickly, it's crumbled to dust. So keeping it in a slightly humid, cool room over a long time period, you get that slow cure.
Oh, okay.
I only know these things because of my mom, the retired school teacher. She really geeks out on her curing process.
Okay.
Yeah.
So your mom also.
Yeah.
Okay, it's interesting because
She didn't introduce me to it, but
Yeah,
when
yeah.
she realized I was going to be smoking it anyway, you know.
She passed it on.
I always give the story that my mom like used weed to educate a lot of us. She used to sell it. But the interesting thing is she used to be the most judgmental person about people who smoke weed. So it was always super interesting to see it because weed in the 90s had this very negative, stigma, yeah. So my mom would sell weed, her and her brothers. They just they used to literally don't get high on your own supply. They never got high from it. But when someone did some bullshit, be like, he was just high on weed. Like this, that weed person.
Oh,
Yeah, so Janyasore, Janjaga. You remember the words I good?
Yeah.
Janjaga means that the weed guy, but now means the person who smokes, not the person who sells. So yeah.
got
So
it.
she'd be that. But yeah, so weed educated a lot of us. So yeah, keep smoking.
Strictly in a business sense.
Yeah. So there was that. But yeah, like even transporting weed, our weed mules were different from your weed mules, because I'd be used as a mule as a kid. So what we do is just wear school uniform. Then you'd have weed in your bag, and then you move it from one corner of Nairobi to the
Are you
next.
sure you want to be giving these secrets?
It's yes, it's interesting story, man.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was different, and then I don't think like our punitive measures was as bad as American, because I feel like America, if you're found with a roll of weed, that would be a very big sentence. Yes, in America,
I don't know.
if it's in an illegal state. Yeah, I'm thinking.
Not now. I mean, now it's state by state.
Yeah.
So,
And then another thing is how like we used to pack. The weed was packed. I don't know how in America do you pack it? Because I feel like you have
Ziploc
these
baggies?
small, and then they're transparent. Yes.
Yeah.
Because in Kenya they are rolled in like brown, like see like the way you have brown paper bags for alcohol.
Yes.
So now we put them in like those brown, and then they are rolled into a shape, like a cylindrical shape. Yes, and that's how now they are packed.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you can so it's different cultures, very different ways of doing things. So yeah,
Right.
that's
Well, I heard that truckloads of Mira go racing across the.
yeah. Have you tried Mira?
No,
Okay, why not? It's also comes straight from the earth.
it is. I tend to not use things that speed you up. I don't drink coffee or soda. I'm pretty hype already, so I just stick with weed.
Okay.
It's mellow.
Oh, okay. So your breakfast, because we're talking about your meal. So breakfast, what do you have for breakfast if you don't take coffee?
I like fruits. I'll even drink water. I like tea, ginger. Yeah.
Oh, but you can take tea, just not coffee.
The herbal teas that aren't caffeinated are more my speed. Yeah.
Okay. It's ital.
That's me.
Okay. So another interesting song that I heard from you was Rootsy.
Yeah.
So with Rootsy, I felt like you're talking about how today's society has these beauty standards and what, things like that, things that put pressure on people. You need to look like this. You need to. So how did that come about?
Everything in Rootsy happened in real life.
Okay.
So, a friend that I actually respect literally said, "Honeybee, you're going to have to wear this gown if you want to go with me to the Grammys, and you're going to have to start driving a different car if you want to be an artist." And, I was just listening because it's a friend. This wasn't someone that you're going to be aggravated with. I'm listening. It's going on. And then, I said, well, that's not going to happen because it's just not me. So that's the first verse, all those things.
Yeah.
And then I just used the tune as my allow me to introduce myself anthem. And it's really true. I didn't feel that I fit in to the American prototype of a sexy girl in a short skirt, heels, and makeup. But it was actually moving to Jamaica where people would call out to me, "Oh, Roots girl, ragamuffin soldier girl," and it was like, "Oh, I'm accepted as I am. I'm somebody here. I don't have to change." So Rootsy is all about that. And tapping into the natural aspects of yourself, staying true to who you are. It's not really saying to be like me. It says, I don't wear a lot of makeup, but don't hate on those that do. Don't have acrylic nails, although they might look good on you. So it isn't saying do as I do and be like me. It's just saying do you. And, I say be rootsy too. But that's, however a person wants to interpret it.
Okay. And these body image issues, would you say the problem, is it bigger in America or Jamaica after living in both?
Definitely America is rough, with the fashion industry. I mean, it is changing. You're seeing plus size models. Jamaica is more, the things that I have found sad are kids being put out of school for having natural hair, dark-skinned people bleaching their skin lighter, and all kinds of horrible colonialist
that's the reason
leftovers.
I was asking. Like, you have dancehall artists who bleach, and I'm there like, because Jamaica was the country that taught us now for us to be black and proud, So for us to see now the next generation just bleaching, like the dancehall artists,
I just think the vestiges of colonialism are hard to wear out. That's what I blame.
Yeah, makes sense. But I feel like, what's his name? Vibes was too big for that. Like, but yeah. And then there's the other song. Is it New Currency? You talked about
the new currency. Yes.
There's this very interesting line where you say the quality of life is the new currency. How would you define a quality of life?
Happiness, your own personal happiness has value more than measuring up to the status quo. I actually made that song up again in my mind, not with a pen, a long time ago. And it's still, it took a long time to get it produced because, again, getting the perfect rhythm, clicking with the right producer is always a challenge. But yeah, the quality of life being the new currency is like, that song addresses so many things, but similar theme to Rootsy in that, they want to tell you how to think, look, act, and talk, keeping up with the Joneses till you're down upon the rock. But yeah, toward the end of the tune, happiness has value. May all good things surround you. It's just more, again, knowing yourself.
Yeah.
What do you really value, or what do you think you should value? The true currency is the quality of life, and that's different for everyone.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. And then I was looking at like the artists that you've performed with, and I want us to mention a few of them. Then you can tell me like that's one song of theirs that when they are performing, you're like, I have to be there when they're performing this. Half Pint.
Oh my gosh, he's so cool. Yeah. And when you're watching his show, it's just hits after hits. After hits. You think, oh, it's Mr. Landlord. And then it's, 2 to 1, all intention. I mean, they're all good.
2 to 1, still going strong.
He's so cool too.
God
really
natural.
A really
I'm
great
looking
person.
At him because he's lost. I don't know, at least
It's still going on. Level the vibes.
Okay.
See?
Okay. Yeah. So, which song was like? Because I'm assuming you had like the opening act. Then afterwards you have to go to backstage. But there's that one song that you either want to find you down there so you can watch, or at least backstage just watching him. Which Half Pint song was that you just had to see him perform
I was
live?
there for the whole performance. I have no qualms about taking in the veteran artists. I'll be in the front row cheering like a fan. I'm always going to be a fan. And I mean, who that's ever been at a dance ever doesn't get hype when you hear greetings I bring from Jah. Come on. Ragamuffin. It just, it's all inclusive, right?
Yeah. And then, do you normally get that feeling where, because I'm assuming for people who smoke weed, this feeling has to even be more intense, where a song starts and you just feel chills going through your body?
Certain ones, I'm a very diehard Bunny Wailer fan.
Oh, okay.
The whole album, Rock and Groove, means a great deal to me. I love his slang, his swag, his placement. The way, imagine, he always says. So yeah, I get that overall feeling. With Bunny Wailer. I also love the tune Rockin' Come On by Leroy Sibbles, which is very popular in the Kenyan clubs. So every night I hear my favorite song.
Yeah. Rockin' Come On. That was
very simple
really
lyrics, but the lyrics just put you there at the dance. Some drinking hot beer, some I drink stout, and who don't have a drink have a spliff in their mouth. I mean, come on.
Yeah, that's
Can't
what
you
I'm
just
saying,
see the room? You're there now.
Yeah. And even like when you're saying that, I can even feel the chills. Like the music takes you there.
Yeah, man.
That's really good. Wailing Souls, how's that?
They're so great, you know, very nice people. I'm friends with their band in California. They sometimes have had me do a tune or two before they come on.
Okay.
I like Diamonds and Pearls. She says she wants pearls. You know, they're so great.
Because I think the first song that I ever heard by the Wailing Souls was Shack Attack.
Oh, right.
Here comes the
Huge.
Shack Attack. Because there used to be like a reggae show. Like if you had to take it back in the days, there used to be a reggae show that was on radio, like the national broadcaster. It's called KBC.
Yeah.
Someone called Jeff Mwangemi. So it used to be on Thursday from 8 to 9 a.m.
Big up, Jeff.
Yeah. So, and every time he finished the show, he'd be like, "Disappointment is a friend of I and I." So the show would be on Thursday from 8 to 9, and then would be repeated on Monday from 2 to 3. Like they'd play. Damn. So Wailing Souls, Shack Attack. Never forgotten that.
That is a very memorable tune.
Yeah. Kokoti?
Coco T, what a great person. I mean, he brought me on stage with him, and it was a pivotal moment in my life. Everything just went into a white light.
Yeah.
You know, and he's very gracious on stage, like getting the crowd to be hype. You know, it was actually his current tune, Medical Marijuana, that really kind of kicked things off for him. But of course, I love his classics. And his band is very cool. I performed with them at their headquarters in Mandeville, Step by Step Band. Great people.
Okay. Because now, for me, like the first song I ever heard from him was Rikers Island.
Okay.
Yeah. By that time, that's when I'd be there wondering, like, why is a Jamaican artist talking about New York? The first time, New York, you mustn't sky a lot.
It's a story.
Yeah. So he give the story, and then later find out that Rikers Island is this jail, maximum security.
Yes.
Yeah, maximum security jail. So how does that feel like when you hear a Jamaican artist just paint that American picture perfectly? How does that feel? Because you, of course, you knew what Rikers Island is.
Yeah, I mean, it's just amazing storytelling. Like any great lyricist, it puts you right there. It gives you the feeling. You start relating to it, and that's how a song catches you. And Coco T's amazing.
Yeah, he's really good at that. And also, then I have to ask you, this song, I don't know, which song is this? Barrington Levi, Broader Than Broadway. Does it have anything to do with the American Broadway?
I don't know if that was just a cool phrase, or I don't know the history of him, right? How he wrote
No, maybe I thought maybe because you've listened to it, maybe the song you've... Okay. So...
But isn't that the song that he's coming up the lift with the bunch of rows?
The video.
No, is that not the same song? On the intercom, Rosie, tell me if you come. Say she did.
Yeah, the same song.
Yes,
so, I mean, Broader Than Broadway is just like a boast, right? Like, I don't know. Let's go listen to it again and reconvene.
We'll listen to it again. Yeah. Because there's a time when I was in New York and he was performing, and his concert was expensive. Because I think this was in 2009. He was charging $27 entry, and then there was a Roots concert. And the Roots concert was going for $10. So, of course, we ended up going for the Roots. I'd have wanted to... Roots, now the hip-hop band.
Yeah.
I'd have really wanted to go to this Barrington Levi concert. But now the next time I saw him with Gucci shoes, I was like, I know why.
Because of those concert prices. Wow.
Yeah. That was there. And then I also saw you performed with Pato Banton. Go
yes,
Pato.
Early on. Yes, Pato Banton's a sweet person. He's got his whole spirituality. He even officiates ceremonies and things for people. Yeah, that was fun. I think I toasted some ganja lyrics that night. He's a very great performer, gracious. All of his fans love him so much.
Okay. So now let's have some reggae nerd conversations. Have you been to Tough Gong Studios?
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And the museum, is the museum next to the studio, or what's going on there?
I feel like I been to the Bob Marley? It was so long ago that I was, it was way before I ever became a reggae artist that I lived in Jamaica. Living in Jamaica was part of my past.
Yeah.
And then music came much later. I stayed more on the west side of the island, but I did go to Kingston, especially for paperwork, to stay longer and things like that. I do a lot of my distribution through Tough Gong International, but I've not been to the studio in Kingston.
Okay.
Yet.
So, okay. Met any of the Marleys? Have you met any?
I just met Stephen Marley briefly at a meet and greet with Sprague Benz.
Oh, okay.
And Sprague Benz was more personable. You never know. You never know what an artist is going through. I can attest to that.
Yeah, I know. Plus, I think like Ian was saying, maybe after you've smoked a lot, you really just want to chill out. So maybe
I don't know.
Maybe Steven wanted to just
weed
chill out.
affects everyone the way that you guys think it does. But thanks.
I think maybe Steven just wanted to chill out. Like because when it comes to the Marleys, he's like my favorite. When it comes to them, I feel like his albums are very. I don't know how to describe it. But I've not listened to the latest project as much as I should, which is just wrong. But yeah.
Well, the tune "Cool Like a Breeze" will just break your heart because Joe, his son that passed away suddenly from an asthma attack in his early 30s. That's pretty devastating, and this is a sweet tune that he has on the new one, "Cool Like a Breeze," and it's like when the I forget, listen to it, but like when the sun shines, I see your eyes and I hear your voice coming through the clouds, and you're cool like the breeze, and where all the rivers run, I know the day will come and we'll meet again. It's good to know till then. I mean, you'll cry when you hear the tune. It's beautiful.
Yeah. Okay, because as I was saying, like I've not, because he knows me, like I listen to Stephen Marley's projects so much, like the first two projects, nakumbuka.
Yeah, there's part 1 and part 2, Roots
yes,
and Revelation.
Yes, and then Mind Control.
Yeah.
So like those first 3 projects, I listen to them a lot. So this other one, I don't know what has been happening. I think because 2023 was a really busy for the year for the podcast. So maybe I lost
Good
focus.
that you're busy.
Yeah. But I still need to listen to music because the foundation of all this is music,
I guess the biggest tune off of that was "I'm an Old Soul," right? That's the big single off of Stephen Marley's.
Oh, okay.
And it's like, his sort of heritage in the Marley family. But "Cool Like the Breeze" is the one.
Okay. I'm going to listen to that. Oh, okay. So you, like your favorite, some of your classic reggae albums that you feel like everyone who classifies themselves as reggae fans should listen to?
Rock and Groove by Bunny Wailer.
Okay.
Every song on there is a hit. It's up on YouTube. It's like 36 minutes. All of it, you could just play it straight through. It's so good. I mean, Ballroom Floor, Cool Runnings, Rock and Groove, Dance Rock, Nyamins. They're all on there.
Is it the one that also has Mellow Mood? No?
I don't think so. I think that's its own album.
But Cool Runnings was big in Kenya. Damn, and Ballroom Floor.
Yes.
Those
and now
ones
the
were
remake
huge.
of Cool Runnings, Dwayne Stevenson.
Oh, okay.
Junior Dread put me onto that tune, and it's amazing, of course.
Okay. Damn, okay. So, which other album? Or is just that's the masterpiece?
Rock and Groove. Okay. I mean, anything by Culture. Like, I could never get tired of listening to International Herb, tunes like that. Wings of a Dove. I mean...
Yeah, Wings of a Dove.
Oh, my word.
Wings of a Dove was, when we were talking about songs that just give you chills, that's one of those. Like when it starts, that song was really good. And then there's a Kenyan like comedian who did like what are they called? A parody.
Yeah.
A parody of Wings and Dove, and it's a funny song, but now he calls it Ugali and Avocado. So in Kenya, like we love when we are having our food, if you can have just an avocado next to it and just So he did this song, and it's still such a beautiful song that he did a very short version, like one and a half minutes,
right?
And I always tell him like he should have just done a whole
full
song
length
about it, because it goes like it's
that
good.
Avocado.
I've got to hear this tune because I love avocado.
Yeah, he came out.
Oh my word.
Yeah. So, the Hills, ever met Kenyatta Hill?
I've seen him perform with his father's original band, and it was amazing. I haven't met him, but he's been right there. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So his voice is close to his father's, or he just does a whole different thing?
He sings the songs, but I mean,
In his
there's
own
really
version.
only one voice of
Yeah.
Joseph Hill.
Yeah,
I got
yeah.
to see him when I was living in Jamaica. And it's unforgettable. I mean, his voice is so signature.
Yeah, yeah.
Kenyatta Hill does an amazing job with the show, but I wouldn't say that his voice is
his
a
dad.
duplicate.
His dad is Because even with the Marleys, I always say like the person that comes closest to the dad is Steven. I feel like Steven comes close to the dad. For someone who does not know Bob Marley's voice, they might confuse Steven when he's singing. But that's something. Okay, which other artist did I want to ask you about? Oh, that's the funny thing. I've not heard you mention any Bob Marley project.
I mean, I love those songs. I mean, Keep on Moving was one of my favorites. Again, it's such a deep story. He's been accused of a killing he didn't do. He's going to leave his wife and children. It's a cool song. It really puts you in the story. Even the ad-libs, he's coming on a Ziggy Ziggy Bridge. I love that tune. Keep on Moving.
Because for me now, if I was to recommend reggae albums, Bob Marley would be 2 albums, Legend and Uprising. I feel like those 2 are really. And then
Exodus.
Gregory Isaacs would be Night Nurse. Because that album was really huge.
There's so many hits, right? I mean, again, you never get tired of hearing those songs. They don't get old. They're timeless.
And now, how do you feel when you hear like a lot of reggae artists struggled with like drug abuse?
That's sad, right? Yeah. I mean, we look up to music. You think that you know the person, but I kind of feel bad when artists or even athletes are expected to be role models. It's great if they are, but that's not really what they signed up for.
They
didn't sign up to raise your children. They're emoting what they go through. As artists, it's our therapy. It's art, or even, again, athletes. They're doing what they can do, what they love to get off their steam and so forth. But you find out later that the artists that you love maybe don't have a good personality or even struggle with addiction. And it's just, they're just human. All of us are people.
Yeah. So which one surprised you the most? Because for me, I always say Dennis Brown. Like
me
the
too.
Dennis that I knew, to hear that he used to use those hard drugs, that was really hard to. And even, what's his name? Gregory Isaacs, to actually have a song called Hard Drugs, and at the same time you're struggling with it. It shows you I don't if I should call it the duality of man or humans, where you might have something you're struggling with and you still do such a beautiful song about it that...
Well, we don't know the timeline. What if we can sit here talking about health and fitness, something happens and suddenly I am drinking alcohol, using caffeine. I mean, I don't foresee that happening, but who knows the timeline of these celebrities? We don't know what happened or what, or as you mentioned, maybe someone's parent sold the thing. And it was in the household. Who knows? But I was surprised hearing about it with Dennis Brown, but it's like the Jamaicans seem to know. Oh, a cokehead that,
because I hear like in Jamaica, I hear like it's some of those big artists. Do you feel like the pressure, maybe like the pressure of being Dennis Brown, the crowned prince of reggae music? Do you think that played a role? Like, people expect you to keep churning out these hits, And then I think they used to release like an album every year.
Well, as a creative person, I'd venture a guess that there was no shortage of ideas, but the industry will chew you up because you put your trust in people and you get a sense that they know your wants and needs. And then all of a sudden, if the financial situation changes, that's not your friend anymore. So things like that can really take a toll. Also, just struggle, poverty, as we said, colonialism, those things would all be legit reasons to turn to and escape.
Okay. And the dancehall scene, do you follow it? Let's start with the 90s. from the 90s. Who are like some of your favorites from the 90s?
Super Cat, Brigadier,
Supercat.
yeah.
Okay.
The
Yeah.
Bossy swag, Big Youth. So cool.
Oh, Shaba.
Oh, yeah, of course. Ninja Man, all of them.
Yeah.
The whole 90s dancehall scene.
Yeah, it was really good. And most of them just disappeared. Red Dragon, it just disappeared. Like Terra Fabulous. There's this song. Who was it? Big Things Are Gone.
For your honey.
When I get is a girl, get your body ready. This was like
Remember
this guy's
Whirla Girl? They were bad. Yeah.
It was such an interesting time. You had Terra Fabulous.
Cutty Ranks.
Cutty Ranks, yes. 6 million ways to die.
Pinchers.
Choose one. Yeah. Pinchers had this song. What
Make
was it
way
called?
for the bandolero. Because
Yeah.
if you don't know that, my friend, then your number is 0. Them lyrics, them cut like the sword of Zorro.
Damn, those were the days. Okay. So now, so those are the classics. The new school dancehall. How what do you feel about it?
I don't follow it closely. I love Busy Signal. I don't turn my nose up at dance hall.
Yeah.
Have a good time in the dance. I don't have a problem. Some people are judgmental about slackness. Personally, I'm not going to generate that in my music because I'm really into word sound power. I want if people or even children are singing along with my songs that they're creating something good.
Yeah.
So I kind of have this decree: positivity, truth, and fun. So positivity and fun, that's pretty easy. That's your weed tunes, your, truth now. Sometimes that's not just fun, great, but I will do songs that include truth.
Okay.
But dancehall, it's cool, it's its own culture. I love the fashion. I love the swag, the audacity. It's just another form of fun. I mean, I'm open to so many genres. How are you going to turn your nose up at dancehall?
Yeah, I understand that. Okay. And Lovers Rock?
That's the best.
Who stands out in your Hall of Fame, your Lovers Rock Hall of Fame?
Well, I mean, we've mentioned Coco T, who's definitely considered. I mean, that's just it. Now, Lovers Rock seems like it might mean something different in the UK. Tell me how you classify it here.
Because I'd classify now more of the guys when I think about, I just think about love songs.
John Holt.
So more than John Holt, I'd be more new school and maybe go to Beres Hammond.
Oh, okay, sure.
Yes.
So many love
Beres
songs.
would be
Wow.
up there, like the greatest of all time in the Lovers Rock.
Yeah, I
And then
got
maybe,
you.
yeah.
I feel good.
Yeah. Because I think the first song I ever heard from him was now the remix of Tempted to Touch. So it was him and Cutty Ranks.
Oh, that's such a great tune. Come on.
Yeah. Tempted
Man.
to Touch. A little girl is...
That's my way, I'm tempted to. And then, baby girl, I love you more than diamonds and pearls. It's a good combo
really
because
good.
you've got the sweetness and then the sharp.
That was there was something about that sound, but I don't know. Sometimes I feel bad when I talk about that. When I say like there's something about that 90s, late 80s sound.
I love it too. But
But I
that's,
feel like-
again, that's when I was there in Jamaica. So every hillside, every corner had a sound system. So you're just hearing those tunes constantly. Of course, you're going to love them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And how's Sunsplash? Sunsplash is a Jamaican. It's held in Jamaica, yes.
So by the time I got to Jamaica, Sumfest was the bigger festival. Sunsplash, I believe, had its heyday prior.
Oh, okay.
I never attended a
So
Sunsplash.
it died. Sunsplash died.
I guess.
Oh, okay.
Because
Okay.
the big fest that went like 4 or 5 days, morning to, or night to morning, was Sumfest in Montego Bay.
Okay. Because we used to watch those videos, and we'd see these guys performing. So you see someone who starts performing when the sun is out.
Yeah.
And by the time they're finishing, it's already
Oh
dark.
my goodness.
And they're wondering, like, how does it happen? Then
Hardcore.
someone is performing and you can see the sunrise. So it was really crazy. Oh, so you're able to attend, it's called Sumfest. So how's that?
It was absolutely wild. My first trip ever to Jamaica.
Oh, okay.
Friends from the Bay Area said, "Oh, our sister lives near Sumfest. Go stay with her and go to the festival." So we could walk every night to the festival. And I mean, it was mind-blowing to arrive at 10 at night and not leave till 10 a.m.
Yeah. So which which artist performed? The one you attended?
Please don't ask. I really don't remember. Truly.
Okay, you just weeded up, eh?
I mean, I was mind blown by everything. Remember, it was my first time leaving the country and being somewhere new. The tropics, the culture, this all night concert situation, and then subsequently would see those artists at smaller shows. But Sumfest was just mind blowing. I feel like Big Youth performed at that.
Oh, okay.
And Toots. Yeah, Toots. Toots and the Maytals.
Oh, okay. Ian, sorry, man.
No, I'm hanging in.
He's getting like a degree course in reggae music right now. Okay. So right now you're fully back in America?
Well, no, I'm in Kenya.
Huh? You've been in Kenya
I've
for
been
how long?
here for several weeks. And
several weeks.
I'm not
Okay.
looking forward to leaving.
Oh, okay. You
I
enjoy
feel like
Kenya?
I have so much more to do here.
Yeah. And the reggae scene here is
Limitless.
Is big.
It's crazy.
I love it.
Okay.
But yes, I'm based in California.
Okay. So I was checking out your music. I didn't see like you've not done an album or EP yet. It's just singles, or?
I have a bunch of EPs and a studio album, but I'm not really promoting them hard because they all came out before I was really finding reggae producers. So when I first kicked things off, it was about 11 years ago. And being from the West Coast, most of the producers I had access to were hip hop producers. So I still would toast in my style, but the productions were more hip hop.
Yeah. Okay.
So, those tunes are out there. There's nothing wrong with them, but they're not the set of... I have about 8 or 9 singles that are more of the current style that I'm promoting.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, hip hop, what are your views? Have you ever gravitated towards it?
Yeah, I mean, being from California, it's almost a given,
Yeah.
But I really like the conscious hip hop. Tribe Called Quest is a band that any of their songs comes on, I'm not going to change it. I mean, I don't think they have a bad song.
Yeah. Okay.
That's got that jazz, Jay Dilla type.
Yeah.
It just entices your ears. Common, you have Common, on the wall there.
Yeah.
So yeah, hip hop. Of course, Tupac. Everyone in California, you have to. Yeah, man, I'm a hip hop fan, of course.
Okay. Because I know hip hop there's been the debate lately about does it do more harm than good? Because of the glorification of the violence. So like where does art start and where does art start and stop, and where does reality, come in?
Again, I don't think putting art in a cage is ever a good idea. Blaming the art or the music, I don't think that's accurate or right. I think people take in their surroundings, their stories, what their friend, even if they read a book or watch it on TV, if they make a song about it in the first person, that's their art. To say that it inspires violence, I think every generation has talked trash on the prior generation's music. Remember, nobody liked that Elvis wound his hips, and that was so crude. And then the teens would rat their hair up high and roll their skirts down, and that was so controversial, right? So then I think it's the same thing. It's an easy step to say, oh, hip hop is bad for the youth. It's like, well, what about the environment that was bad? That these artists worked with what they had and made something tangible and unifying. Again, I'm not going to make tunes about violence and things that are detrimental. I get the point that it would be nice if everything was wholesome and clean, but to curtail art, I don't think is the way.
I know that. Because like the same way we listen to like a dancehall song, 6 million ways to die, choose one, and you're not trying to go out there and try out the 6 million ways. So I understand that.
It's braggadocious.
Yes, it's that. So now that you found yourself, what sort of music, what sort of artists do you also want to collaborate with? going forward?
I
On your
love
projects?
Afrobeat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I love all the different genres. Gengetone. I mean, I don't have.
Oh, Gengetone.
Yeah, gengetone. There's so much going on in Kenya. I'm
okay,
open
okay.
to it.
Yeah.
I did a collab with an artist named Queen Rose from Kisumu. It's an amapiano tune that
okay.
it's getting mixed and mastered. So yeah, I'm full up of lyrics, and I love all styles. So.
Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good. And for your reggae project, like, what sort of artists are you trying to work with now from Jamaica?
I mean,
From your
my adopted home.
Yes.
I love collabs. I have a friend that's an artist there called Rashad Amarji. There's also someone named Element of Surprise. They're just creative. They're cool. They're talented.
Yeah.
As for big artists, I mean, I love collabs because if the other artist introduces the topic, then I can really nerd out, on all my lyrics being to the point. But I have so much material of my own unmade that, it's more of a search for producers that I can click with. Good feedback, good ideas, not just controlling, taking over the project, but enhancing. It's a partnership. It's more intimate than a marriage.
yeah. I understand. So so you said you're still in Kenya? You're still enjoying Kenya?
So much.
Yeah. Which places have you been to? Nairobi?
Nakuru, Meru, Kisumu.
Okay. Coast?
Not yet. Lamu
okay.
in my future.
Yeah, okay.
Lamu is good.
Okay, good. I had to choose, and I have a close friend living there. So,
because Mombasa is such a stereotypical tourist destination that I thought that would be the first place you've gone to. Like most people, foreigners, when they come to Kenya, they'll go to Mombasa or the coast because of the weather. The weather is, it's hot, it's warm, it's...
Well, I came for music, and so I've been based in Nairobi, and I think it's my favorite city I've ever been to.
Oh, okay. So how did you end up here? I didn't even ask you that. How did you end up being like, you know what, I need to go to Kenya?
Well, I was promoting my song Rootsy, and a hip-hop producer that I had voiced a tune called POI, Person of Interest, for. He's married to a wonderful Kenyan lady.
Oh, okay.
So they were telling me how they always come here and I need to come. So when I was making the video for Rootsy, I needed some friends for a group scene. So that lady and that producer, her husband, were part of the music video. So the night before it came out, I sent the video to everyone that was in it. And I was like, you guys look great. Here you go. Let's promote it. And I said, and if you can think of anyone that I should be sending the tune to, let me know, because I would love to perform in Kenya. So after I sent that message, she linked me up with Junior Dread.
Oh, okay.
And that's how I came to Kenya.
Oh, and so far it's been good, yeah?
It's been a lot of ups and downs,
but
I've enjoyed it.
Sorry, you're getting the Mzungu tax. Are you getting that?
Sort of, but it's not that crazy because it was the same in Jamaica.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. How's the Jamaican political scene? How's that? Because I think the only thing I know about it is that time there was 1979. There was what party and what party when Bob Marley got shot. And then I don't know.
JLP, PMP.
Yeah.
And again, I haven't been there since 2020.
Yeah, but how was it by the time you left? It's still as divided as the country.
It's corrupt. I mean, is politics not corrupt anywhere?
Yeah, I know. I understand. Okay.
People are getting paid. I mean, the U.S., we have lobbyism, so laws are made according to who's in the pockets. So I don't feel like I'm in a position to speak on Jamaican politics because I was more in the rural areas with the people, and they were not pleased with politics. That's all I can say.
Okay. Because another thing that I wanted to ask you, like, how is reggae right now in the woke era? Because I feel like we're in the woke era, and where woke can both be good and bad. But how's that affected reggae according to you? Because I remember I was checking out, there are songs I used to enjoy, I didn't know what they meant. during that time. But I used to enjoy a song like Boom Bye Bye.
Right.
Not because of the message, but because of how it sounded. It sounded really good. Like the bass line would come.
The delivery.
Yeah,
I
it
know.
was a really good song. But now if you go on the streaming platforms, you can't get it. So how do you think like the era we live in has affected reggae?
Well, I know certain artists are being protested against from performing, and Jamaica is a country with more churches per capita than anywhere else.
Oh, okay.
So it's very churchy, and all that entails, judgments, and so forth. But the artists are still making music, right?
Okay.
It's still a matter of taste. I feel music is just like food. We all have our preferences.
Yeah.
You can talk about curry all day, but if you just don't like it, you're not going to eat it. So with music, to each their own.
Yeah, because there's been that. I've checked out a few songs that I've noticed. Like the songs that were in quotes right now can be classified as homophobic. They've all gone down. I think there was a time when there was even protests that some artists should not even perform in the US.
Right. Oh, yes.
Yeah, because of that. So, yeah. So I think that has made artists right now go to the studio and they're like, okay, I need to perform. Let me just put this aside. But okay. But it's good if you're enjoying Kenya. Do some collaborations with both the young. Gengeton is young.
Okay.
And then the old school. Yeah, because they're
Rumba.
Yeah, rumba. But apart from rumba, right now I'd classify even Sauti Sol as old school. That's
I
where
love
we've
them
reached,
though.
where we have
timeless.
So, timeless. So enjoy Kenya. I've really enjoyed this.
Me too.
Yeah, and looking forward to hearing more projects from you. The projects I was mentioning, people can get them on the streaming platforms.
Yes, absolutely. And you can link me at Link Me Honeybee on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, or just go to my website, therealhoneybee.com.
Oh, okay. So this honeybee, does it have the bee? Does it have anything
to do with
their real name?
bee. Oh, no. Honeybee was,
just a bee.
It's a threefold name.
Yeah.
So living in the country of Jamaica on the lane, the elders would greet you. Good day, honeycomb. Hello, honeybee. Just a nice term of endearment, Okay. And then I love cultivation. I've been known to have quite a green thumb, so honeybee fit that. And then I love how bees work together for a common goal. So honeybee was a good handle for me also because on a poster it gives the impression might be a female artist.
Yeah. Okay. So thank you. So this
thank you so much.
Episode 253, sindio?
Yeah, 253.
So vile suambia to jo like, subscribe, hit the notification button, tell a friend to tell a friend. Na pia tukikwambia jo happy and prosperous 2024 jo. Sindio? 2024 iko nice.
Best for you guys.
Yeah, iko nice.
Abundant blessings for your 2024.
Yeah, enjoy the year. It's they say like the ultimate goal of life is to grow old. So stay safe, man. Stay alive, stay safe.
Take care of your body.
Yes, take care of your body. Tukimalizia 253 tukisema Ikonini.
Say Ikonini. Yeah. Bless up.